today. Yonder presents a conversation with friends. I have a long time friend of mine, probably the oldest friend I have in the industry as of right now, and has been my friend from day one. We met at a book signing in Virginia years ago, 20 some odd years ago. Author of 13 incredible books. She's a part of everything literary. She's a great author, the best editor in the world. I bring you Jessica Tillis.
Hmm.
Hey, what's going on, girl?
What's it's been 26 years.
Oh, oh
We
my
met
God,
26 years ago. Yeah.
man! At a
Mhm.
hotel, at a book
Don't
signing
be
at a
saying no
hotel.
hotel. Wait a minute. Don't be saying no hotel.
No, at a book signing at a hotel. It was in the lobby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was. It was.
What was the name of the group? Jessica, sisters or something. Nilo,
Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard that name in years.
Nilo. I can't
No.
think of what the name of that book group was, but that's where we met. And actually, I did stuff with them afterwards. Um, Met them at Cheesecake Factory one day. What I love
Yeah.
about let me tell folks about book clubs. You want to get your hands, you want your books to get in the hands of book clubs because book clubs adopt you. You become their brother, you become their sister, you become their uncle. They family. When they see you, they holler at you. They come to dinners, they come to funerals, they come to bar mitzvahs. I met Nalo and them, her. They did a book signing for me at Cheesecake Factory in Bethesda. And her mama came. It might have been 12 of them in
Mhm.
there. To this day, I wish I'd thought about it. To this day, they
Mhm.
gave me a pocket watch with Yonder on the back. I have it to
Mm.
this day.
They
Been
love
family
to
from
give
the day.
nice gifts.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And they bought books and they keep buying books. That's the craziest
Yeah.
thing about book clubs. I didn't mean to start out that way, but you know how I am, Jessica. I get in, I go.
That's
Okay.
okay. That's what we doing. But wait a minute, Nilo. Oh, I can still hear. She was so. Where is she? She was so soft spoken,
Yes,
and
yes.
it was like a whisper. You know. Oh my, just such a beautiful person.
Man,
Okay,
and then I met her,
Nilo, if you're listening, reach out.
and I met her. Her mom came out. They did a book thing at Cheesecake Factory for me. I met her mom, some aunts, some cousins, and then I would bump into them later on out events, and they were like, "Hey, we met you with Nilo and everything." Yeah, but you're right. She was so small, smoking, and just in it. And then she called me one day, 10, 15 years ago. I think she had a child and some other thing. Life went on, you know.
Yeah. You know, another book club, gotta give a shout out to my girls, the Sweet Soul Sisters.
Okay.
Listen, out of Maryland, listen, those sisters latched on to me 26 years ago. I mean, I love them. I love them, love them, love them. Love book clubs. You know, they're definitely your biggest supporters. And what I like about them is they're honest, they're transparent. Case in point, I wrote a book in 2025. Well, yeah, I was going to release it in 2025. So I
Mm-hmm.
had three of those sisters, Jackie, Royce, and Bunny, and Amira, to do the beta read because I was stepping outside of my lane. You
Uh-huh.
know what I write? I have sex on pages, right?
Right.
Only kind of sex I have, okay, these days is on pages. And so I stepped outside of my comfort zone and I had them to beta read and they liked it. But Roy said, okay, this is good, but where's the Jessica Tillis heat? I said,
Ooh.
there's intimacy in there. Yeah, no. And so that made me second guess. So I went back home and I read back through it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to put some more heat up in this. No matter what I write, it could be a horror. And somebody better be having sex and some heated sex.
That's what they looking for. I have to say, I write murder mysteries, man. You got to break somebody off. They looking for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, monsters have sex.
Oh, they do. Hey, before we get started, just to
And
give
10
everybody your social
additional.
media. Give everybody your social media. Give everybody your social media.
Oh, okay. I have two. Um, Pretty much Jessica Tillis, Tilles, across Instagram, Facebook. I took myself off of X because, yeah, no.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
yeah. And Blue Sky, I'm at Jessica Tillis. But on Facebook, I'm at Jessica Tillis. I'm also Jessica Wright, Wright Tillis.
Okay, cool. I try because when you do podcasts, we always tell you to plug that last. I need people to know who you are so they can start looking for you and things of that nature. Because we get down through podcasts and we forget that. I like to give folks their flowers. Well, let me give you some flowers. I sent.
Wait a minute, I forgot one. And for those listening, this is how Rodney and I talk. It's like we got to get it out of our head. We
Exactly.
call each other. JessicaTillis.com.
And did you do TWA?
Oh, TWAsolutions.com. That's where I do all of my editing, book cover design, book formatting. Been God. God is a blessing. God, God, God has blessed me for 26 years. You know, when I started writing, when I wrote my first book, Anything Goes, I was married. Shout out to Victor Tillis, still my ace, still my buddy. We're divorced, but that's my buddy. And I wrote Anything Goes, and I was working in corporate America. Okay. And so in 2000, well, 2001, I started up the writer's assistant
Mm-hmm.
because people were asking me who formatted your book. Because back then, 26 years ago,
You better
it
say
was
it. Say it. Say it
it was
loud.
it was hard to find. We didn't have what self-publishers have now. Baby, we had to script and save and really learn the industry. We had no one to tell us. We didn't have a Jessica Tillis and a Jane Friedman and all these people at that time who pretty much started with us. We had to learn our way. We made a lot of errors. We had events like the Book Expo of America. That stopped right before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best event ever for publishing professionals where we could
Mm-hmm.
go there and learn and ask major publishers questions. Well, how do you do this? And how do you do
Right.
that? And woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that
And
I
Jessica,
had to,
tell them there was no Amazon
well, no, there was. Yes, it was.
26 years ago when they come because they didn't take us.
No, it was, but Amazon was strictly books.
Yes.
Strictly books. They weren't selling now tampons and everything, right?
Right. 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 Right.
They were strictly books.
Mm-hmm.
I don't was it Jeff Bezos, did he own it then? It was
I
selling
think so. Oh, yeah.
out of a garage. He
Mm-hmm.
started out of his garage. And it was straight books. There was no KDP, there was no create space.
Mm-mm.
And so, in order to get your books to Amazon, we had traditional printers. Okay, we all over the place now. But anyway, we had to go through traditional printers.
Mm-hmm.
500 books cost you about $2,500,
Say
right?
it.
Oh my God.
And tell them how we sold our book, Jessica. We sold them out our car. Me and you did a beauty salon
Oh,
down there on the set.
well,
Yeah, Michelle Carswell.
yeah. And her mama was good to us too.
Yeah.
She had us at University of Maryland.
Maryland,
But
yeah.
we hustled. I got in the car with Marlon Green, Tahira Muddy, and got into my Jeep Cherokee, and we drove in the snow to Florida
Mm.
to the Tampa Book.
Zora Neale Hirsch. You right, Zora Neale?
We went there too, and then we also went to the Tampa Book Festival and Harlem Book Festival. We had to stay on the road because there was no Facebook, Twitter, none of that.
None of
There
that.
was one site. Was of course it was Black Planet. It was
Black Planet.
Black Planet. Then you had the AOL chat rooms,
Yeah.
and you had a lot of the message boards, which you don't really have a lot of those. Oh yeah,
And then
you
we
still
got MySpace.
that's what it is. MySpace. We were all
MySpace.
on MySpace, and so we had to do. It was expensive, and
Yes.
we didn't have access to the distribution
Not
like
at
the
all.
majors because they wouldn't even mess with self-publishers.
Not at
But
all.
but Ingram got smart
Yes.
and started Lightning
Lightning
Source.
source. Exactly.
And I think were they the first to do the print on demand? I think so.
Yep.
And then Amazon, they opened up the marketplace. Oh, let me back up. What I was saying is that in order for us to have sold our books on Amazon back then, we had to create an account. What was it? Amazon Advantage or something like
Yep.
that.
It was something like that.
And we had to wait for them to send us a purchase order for books, like one or two, like a chicken shitting in the road, as my mama used to say. Excuse my
Exactly.
language. And we had to wait, and we had to ship those books out. Then we had Karibu books. Oh
Cerebral.
my
Man,
God.
say it. Girl, don't understand.
They eventually ended up with 6 stores.
Come on.
Baby,
You could do a book signing all out that same week. You was like, yes.
They supported us, especially local DMV office.
Yes.
They supported us.
Mm-hmm.
Supported us. And so, yeah.
And then
So
you had what's name? Urban Knowledge.
Urban Knowledge. Yeah. Urban Knowledge. Carl Weber.
Carl Weber store.
Yeah.
Carl Weber wrote my first check to me. I tell people all the time, Carl Weber wrote my first check.
Okay. So, yeah. Wrote your first check, and he had multiple locations.
Baltimore,
Maryland,
Delaware. He was on that side.
Philly. I mean, he was all over the
He
place.
was in Montgomery Mall in Baltimore.
Yes, I went there a couple of times. And those stores support
Yes.
a lot of the independent bookstores. I went out to California one day. I can't remember the bookstore I went to, but yeah, we had to hustle. We piled up in cars, and on weekends we said bye to our family, and we were gone.
And that's what you call an author. I started my career at Madame Mall. I was there once a month, and they started saying that's how we started Taboo Talk. We was at Madame Mall. They waited for us every month to come back down. I was like, oh, this is crazy, but it was love. When you go somewhere and they stand there waiting for you, and they know, look, my first book this big, Jessica, they know you're one little book, and they happy to see you. Come on, see, people don't understand. My first book was 69 pages. It was 69 pages.
I know.
They don't understand. This is
look. I want 2 more pages left.
Folks don't, when you talk to, and nothing against the new wave, folks, nothing against all the social media, but when folks say, well, how did you write that? And I was like, man, there was a whole different way of doing this. I kept books in my trunk. I was on the subway. I was on the commuter bus. I had a book with me at all times. It wouldn't go online and get it. My first batch of books was 1,000 books. I bought them from, you know how you buy, the more you buy, the less they cost. I bought 1,000 books. I had a green Chevy Blazer. I had that many books. I had 1,000 books. The back of my truck was hanging down because I rode around everywhere I went. I had 1,000 books in my car.
Yeah. And then, so I think they're still around, Signature Book Printing in Gaithersburg. And we even went to China. We didn't physically go there, but I took a chance in printing books no, it wasn't China, Canada. Didn't do bad at all, but the shipping costs kicked my tail.
Some China folks still hit me to this day. The guy, we had a report one day, and let me see, 10 years later, he still emailing, hey, Mr. Yonder, you need anything? And I haven't tried them. He just
Yeah.
hit me about 6 weeks ago. But every 90 days he texts, he emails me.
hmm You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. There's one person in the industry that we both love. We love us some Ella Curry.
Oh man,
And,
man.
and one day I was talking to Ella on the phone, and she was telling me about um one of her clients. I think she's in North Carolina. I don't know if she's still writing or not, but she said, yeah, she prints her own books. I said, what? How did she do that? To put me on a three-way. Ella connected us, and that sister told me everything she did. I went back then, that was around 20. My parents were still living. So that was when I was living here with them. So that was around 2005.
Okay.
And that was when on eBay, when you can go on eBay and bid,
Mm-hmm.
you be sitting up all night waiting for look,
Mm-hmm.
checking bids. So I got all the equipment I needed off of eBay for like total, ended up maybe about $1,500.
Uh-huh.
I have a printing press in my basement.
Get out of here. I remember you
Yeah,
told me you were gonna start printing them.
yeah, and I started printing books, and I got an account with Parsons Paper.
Oh, you went hard.
Yeah. Because I was, my mother couldn't believe what I was doing. My sub basement now is just, all TWA solutions and express yourself publishing, print and
Mm-hmm.
print. And I print my own books when I'm going to um do an event like book festival and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I print my books. What I don't print are the book covers. I have a printer that will print just those for me. And then
Okay.
they send them in large sheets and I trim them down. And yeah, I got a trimmer, a guillotine cutter, and a book jogger, and a hot glue binder, and about 20 different HP printers. Because, back then, I don't know if they do bidding still on eBay, but I was addicted to bidding. I was addicted to printers. I was getting printers for $20.
Ah, ah.
Go on in the middle of the night when everybody's asleep and start bidding, and the bid would last to a certain period. Nobody else would bid on it. You get an email, congratulations, you won the bid. Yes, another printer for $20.
Oh, get out of here. Because I remember you told me you started printing. I didn't know if you did. So you still print them out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I ain't mad. It's because people don't understand. This is, when you do book signings at book events and
Paperback
folks
only,
start
no
talking,
hard.
huh? What you say?
Paperback only, no hardcover.
Yeah, when folks start talking, they be like, "Well, hey," and I be like, "Hey, it's gonna take. I can't explain this to you in a minute." They be like, "Well, just give me the easy 1 to 5." I said, "There's no 1 to 5. It's 1 to 500. There's so much more to this. Yeah, you get some to print them." I said, "But you and it's not." And I always tell them, "This is not gonna be your claim to fame. Your platform's gonna be your claim to fame. These books aren't gonna make you rich unless a major publisher buys you. Your platform becomes who you are, not that book." And
And
as you told me before, you can't
mhm.
just write one book. Where your next
No,
book at? Where your
no,
next
and
book at?
even now, I never, I remember a client came to me to do editing through TWA, and she said, I just, I want to get off disability, so I'm writing books. I said, baby, yeah, no, it's not, because writing the book is the easy part.
Say it again. Say that again, Justin.
Writing the book is the easy part.
Easiest
I
part.
write a book in a weekend. I don't have no life, so I sit in here on Saturday and get busy and come up with a new title, a new idea. I'm a pantser. I write by the seat of my pants. I don't structure, outline it. I just roll with it.
Right.
Who knows what the end gonna look like? But it's marketing and promoting yourself.
Yes. Yes.
And you can market and promote online till the cows come home. I don't care what nobody say. You still got to get out there where people are and meet people. You got
Yes.
to these events. I've done flea markets.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes. Barbershops. Beauty
yeah,
salons.
That's what we had to do. We had to do that. And one time, my I think my second print run of books through a traditional printer, I ain't had no money. Didn't have no money. Mortgage was due, everything was due. So I called Joe Corby's Pizza. You remember that?
Yep, I saw that. Uh-huh.
And I asked if it was strictly for schools. And she said, no, anyone can do it. I said, okay, well, I want to do one. I signed up for one, reached out to all my girlfriends. Here's a pizza form for you. Here's an order form for
Right,
you.
right,
Here's
right, right.
a form for you. And they all supported me. Thank you to my sister circle. They all supported me. And so many pizza orders. I just through that fundraiser, thousands of dollars, I was able to print my books, put some in the bank for some other stuff. Right.
Uh-huh.
And then there's something else that you have to add to the cost. So we had printing. Then we had graphic designer. You
Yes.
had to have the book cover.
You can't put on
And
no junk. Your book cover got to be the bomb because you're nobody right now.
yeah, because here's the thing, back 26 years ago, there were and still are royalty free photo sites where you could get images, but
Uh-huh.
you didn't see a lot of us in
Uh-uh.
those images. So you had designers who actually were photographers, and then you
Yes.
would have to get models and all of that, take pictures, and then bam, there's your book cover. Um, and that was expensive, and then formatting. So um, well, I said it before, just couldn't afford to do all that. So
Yes.
I learned how to format. I found some bootleg software,
Uh-huh.
PageMaker. Because see, back then they had
Hey,
the
yeah, no
website,
way. Right.
the websites where you got to download. Listen, I did it, the world did it. Okay. So PageMaker, I actually still have that. So I ended up buying it, one time. Got some money. and, and I pulled Terry McMillan's Waiting to Exhale off my bookshelf, flipped it open, looked at page by page to see how it was laid out, measured the little spacing between the lines on a copyright page. The publisher had listed, and a lot of publishers do this from time to time, they'll list the font that they use for
Yes.
typesetting. And it said set in Caslon. I was like, well, what does that mean? Because again, I was looking at the copyright page because you need that in your book. So I
Yes.
wanted to make sure I had all the right things. And I Googled set in Caslon, oh, that's a font. I've
Yep.
been using Caslon font for 26 years. And I formatted anything goes just like Terry McMillan's Waiting to Exhale.
Okay, let's talk about that. Look. First of all, let the world know. Just because not just my editor, not just my friend, not just a great author, Jessica Tiller is my favorite author. I say this often. Somebody just asked me this recently on a cruise. Who's your favorite author? I said, you probably never heard of her. I was at a dinner on Saturday, and I told the guy, I said, you probably never heard of her. I'm gonna tell you what her name is. But you've been my favorite author from the day I met you. Really, you and I don't think you realize it. How deep you are. You crazy, and that's a sign of a good author. You know what I'm saying?
I am
I
crazy.
can't convince myself to find out where you're in. I'm old school writer, so I write and I can figure out where you're going. Girl, I don't know who you are, man, and I be done. I mean, I'm sweating, I'm hyperventilating, I'm mad, I'm running with you. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink, I can't love, I'm scared to have some sex. I mean, girl, you have this book out. Come on, Jessica, help me out. What's one of the books is who? She I'm look, I done read so many books, I didn't put all your books together in my mind. What's the book? Is it Apple Tree? I'm gonna tell you what happened.
What happened? I'll tell you if that's the
Okay,
book.
Apple Tree. Who used to have the who daddy was suffering from PTSD, and she thought somebody else was in the house, and she would come home, and stuff was going on crazy.
Oh, in my sister's corner,
Oh,
where
crazy.
one of the sister's husband was messing with the kid. Is that the
Yes,
one you're talking about?
yes. And
And
then
then he was messing with other men too.
that was crazy. And then the other one, the car went off in Fort Dupont Park off the cliff
Before DuPont fired
with the
Cliff.
with the bees.
Oh my God!
Girl,
Uh, it was anything goes.
yeah, girl, that was crazy. Oh, I was like, I just said you can't even figure out where you're going.
My good friend, who's also a client, Ann Jeffries, loves to tell people some of my writing she can't read because I can go to a very dark place.
Oh,
So
I
dark
love it.
that it scares me.
Eh,
So dark that it scares me.
well,
And
well,
and
let
I
me tell
don't
America about me and you together one day. We did a book signing. Me and Jessica did a book signing at a beauty salon early in the morning. I think we got there 8 o'clock. And I got two little books out. Jessica had 6 out by then. We downstairs selling. And they said, well, anybody, I did a little poem for my little book. Hey, what I do is taboo. Jessica said, let me get in character. She turned around, y'all. She was this character that was in the book that had been beat up by the pimp. Girl, look, let me just tell y'all, we sold every book we had in 10 minutes. We got back in the car. We had been in the store less than half hour. We sold every book we had. We got back in the car and called each other and said, I said, Jessica, I don't know what you just did there. We sold every book in 32 minutes.
Yeah, I did get in character. That was in my sister's corner.
Oh, you got in the character, girl. You turned your face around and came back around. They looked at you. They started buying books after that. It was crazy. Look, that's how far we go back.
Yeah, when I'm writing, I get into character. Jessica Tillis takes a walk, and that the
Girl,
characters do the
like
thing.
I said, you have been my favorite author. We were at an event on Saturday, and I'm talking to the guy who I'm saying I want to be on my podcast, and he's like, well, who's your favorite author? I said, you probably never heard of her. I said, but when I tell you, you read some stuff, you be like, well, she been in all my life. I said, yeah, that's what you gonna say. Everything you got, I don't know what you're working on right now. I know you're gonna tell me in a minute, but everything you have is a movie or a miniseries. Everything.
Let's hope one day. Let's
Soon,
hope one day.
soon. They just
Um,
if they see your stuff, they're gonna lose it. Like, hold up, I ain't never seen because I watched up. My wife watches a whole lot of TV. I watch it with her. So we watching everything from Alice Cross to Found.
mhm.
They can't tie your shoes.
So, thank you. Th- Thank you. That means the world to me. I love you. 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 I've always loved you. I'm in love with. I love me some Yonder now. That's my boy. That's my boy. Um, so thank you. I appreciate that. And you fantastic yourself. You can get it down in the dirt too with your
Well,
right.
thank you.
Hmm. But I'd like to tell this story. Hmm. When I wrote Anything Goes, I was, really excited. I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and sisters were teachers. All of my aunts
A
were
teacher.
teachers. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't ask. I just wanted to do it. Just. So if anyone has read Anything Goes, I really went like all out in that book. I mean, I used the P word and the D word so much. My mother read the book. And she said, after she finished it, she said, oh, well, that's how she talked. Well, uh, I'm proud of you. I really am proud of you. My mother called me Jessica. Jessica. I said, thank you, Mama. She said, well, baby, your tissues were all over the place. And kitchen, because, come on in the kitchen, because I was still married,
Mhm.
because this was in 2000. And I stopped past her. She said, come in the kitchen. She knew I was coming, so she had pad and pencil already on the table. She said, sit down. And she sat across from me. She said, now, draw a line. On one side, put male. I put female. I was like, what's going on? I said, okay. And she said, okay, let's start with male. Penis, manhood, tool, lusting, and then
Right, 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 right.
if you're going to, and I turned red because anyone who knows my mother never,
Right,
she
right, right.
wasn't her to talk like that. So I was just like, oh my God, I'm the one with the nasty, filthy thinking in mouth, not
Mhm.
my mother. I'm the one that'll cuss you up one wall, down the other, and under a few tables. Get that honestly by my daddy,
Mhm.
but not my mother, right? I don't even think my mother. I think I might have heard her say "damn" once,
Mhm. Right, 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 right.
And then on the female, all wetness. I was like, oh my Lord, garden, love this, love her center. I was like, oh my God.
Mama had the key.
She had the key, and she educated me on that. And then my father came into the kitchen. What y'all doing? And I said, well, Mama's giving me all these words to say, the human anatomy. He said, yeah, and you using the N word too much. I said, you read it too?
Oh my. Ah, ah.
He said, yeah, I did that. He said, and where did you learn how to cuss like that? And my mother said she comes by it honestly and looked at him because my father was a cusser.
Uh-huh.
And so I promised them both that I would do better. So by the second book,
Mhm.
in my sister's corner, I had my little list. I still have that list and I add to it.
Oh, get
I'm
out of here.
always adding to it. Yeah. And I still have that list. I never used the N word, not unless it was in dialogue, and then it was very, very sparingly.
Mhm.
And that's when I got into my groove.
Mhm.
That because anything goes was written in first person, present tense.
Mhm.
I don't know what made me switch to third person, past tense, and in my sister's corner.
Mhm.
That was my groove,
Mhm.
and I've been in that lane ever since. And I think people loved Raven, and
Oh,
so I bought it from Anything Goes.
I
So
love
after
her.
and people kept asking me, "Are you going to do a sequel? Are you going to bring Raven back?" So I brought her back in Sweet Revenge.
Mhm.
And I killed her off in Sweet Revenge, and I got some nasty emails.
Yes, people love the. People don't realize this. We're off this. We thank you, but when you talk to one you read, they be like, "Hey, why you take her out there, girl? That's my
Yeah,
girl." It's like it's their sister and family member. You like, oh, it's personal.
yeah, yeah. And so they got on me so bad, especially the book clubs. I had to bring her back
Mm-hmm.
in unfinished business. And I remember sitting there like, kill that chick off. I'll bring her back. And then I remember the Dorothy Dandridge story that Halle Berry starred
Yep.
on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, and how Dorothy Dandridge died. That's how I had Raven die in the second book. She was showering and she fell out. She slipped out of the tub and she hit her head on the porcelain toilet. Well,
Mm-hmm.
hit her temple. That
Yeah.
take anybody out. Well, I went back and I read that and I realized, well, I didn't indicate that she hit her temple.
Right.
So I was able to bring her back. So yeah, I opened up unfinished business. I think, did I open it up with that? I can't remember, but I was able, that's how I was able to bring her back.
And see, that's
And
the brilliance of a great writer, Jessica. You just said people wouldn't even you have to write to get to where you said that where you are right now. That's
mhm.
that's maturity in years in the industry. You said I had to bring her back. And you said I had to find a way to bring her back. So that means you did some research to find out how to bring her back. Because you can't just pop her next door. You killed her last week, and next door, hey, she back. Look at her walking down the street.
Yeah. And then too, that's from a lot. I've always been an avid reader.
Yeah,
Always.
me too.
And I still am. I don't get to avid read as much as I'd like because I'm editing. I mean, I'm editing from sun up to sundown, and Francois's book, Off the Chain. I'm just telling you.
Oh,
And
that's
I put my little JT touch.
man, that's my dude there, Francois.
Yeah.
We went to kindergarten together.
Mm-hmm.
With my
Mm-hmm.
boys for years, man. That's so
Yeah.
cool. I just like to send you clients because they always speak highly of you. I mean, really, it's okay to be an editor, but when you're the editor that off the send to, that means you special. And I say to people all the time, I can sing anybody, but when I sing to who, man, I said she's not just an editor; she a writer, so she know how this thing should flow. If it
Mm-hmm.
ain't flowing right, it's a piece of junk. You can get anybody
And then
edited.
but you also give them you preface it. You say, okay, now Jessica gonna give it to you straight. I give it to you straight with no chaser, but I'm a beautiful person with a beautiful heart. But I let my clients know. Now you know this is not right. You can't do A, B, C, D, and E, and blah blah. No, no song lyrics. You can't do this. You can't do that. One of the things I really want, excuse me, people to do is to research.
Yes, they don't. They send it to you. Here you go.
And a lot of people out here writing books who ain't never read a book.
Say it.
So you don't know how things are laid out. You can learn by reading other writers.
Yes.
Read, do that study. I love reading. I love reading Nora Roberts. I love reading other people so that I can see how they set their scenes up. You
Yes.
know, and that's how you hone your skills.
Yes. Well, tell
You
tell me
know,
what you think about AI, Jessica.
love AI.
As
Um,
if everybody's
I
trying to make them write their books that way.
listen, if people want to, I don't sit in judgment of anybody. I will tell you what I did. I put the first paragraph, the opening paragraph of Anything Goes in one of those AI detection things. I was
Okay.
just curious. It told me it was 100% AI.
Stop playing.
hmm And if you remember, I opened up Anything Goes. What kind of copy is it? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I opened up Anything Goes with Raven talking about a dating profile
Okay.
that was written in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
So if people want to write books with AI, that's on them. I don't really have an opinion about that. I like AI because AI helped me get organized. It creates Excel spreadsheets for me so that I can keep track of all my client projects and my quotes and all of that stuff. It helped me with a PowerPoint presentation that I have to give coming up. And I'm gonna tell you something now. I told you I was a pantster, and I still am a pantster, but I wanted to try the outlining. And what I
Okay.
like about AI is how um, it asks questions. It's like, because we can't call everybody and say, "Hey, I got an idea." You busy? Hey, Rodney, I got an idea for a book, and expect for you to sit on the phone with me for hours
Right, right.
bouncing off ideas. So I like that. it'll do an outline, and I'm like, okay, I ain't never used an outline before. Let me try this. So I still like being a pastor.
Right. I got
Like being a pastor. Um, but other than that, if people want to write books with AI,
you. Okay, I'm just curious.
I, I don't have an opinion, either way.
Hmm.
Um, I saw on Facebook that the woman what's the author who wrote Frankenstein? Someone put her stuff in AI, their AI detection, and it said it was 100% AI.
Mm.
So, you know, I think I don't know what to think of it. I really
Okay.
don't. Other than I will use it to help me uh, compose an email because sometimes I need to be professional, but I'm not thinking professionally.
Right.
You
Right,
know,
right.
I want to tell somebody, oh,
And you got to say it nicely because
I put it
I
in
still need to
chat.
work with you.
Yes, I put it in chat. I said, okay, make this professional, Jessica style, and then it was like, okay, yeah, okay, that's cool. That's good. I ain't laying nobody out. Now I don't want to lay nobody out, but
Right. Okay,
but
so
but for research, listen,
yes, okay.
I have a character um in this book I'm working on, what she won't do for love.
Hold on. What's the name of this one?
Okay, what she won't do for love.
Okay.
So, so it's based in Chicago. I've been to Chicago once or twice. My cousin live in Chicago, and I didn't want to keep calling. I didn't want to have to keep calling Monica and Otis saying, "Hey, what's give me names of hotels. Do the, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't want to do
Right.
that, and I was googling, and it just took too long through Google. So I went in the chat, and I asked about hotels and
Right.
certain streets and certain restaurants. Give me a list of this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
And what streets are they on, and that kind of thing. So it's really good with research. I
Okay,
mean,
right.
to me, it's just an upgraded encyclopedia. Uh, um, encyclopedia. Because
Okay. Okay.
listen. You had an encyclopedia, didn't you?
Oh
I
yeah.
still got
No
mine, and
doubt.
I've had it for 50 years. And when we had to do
The
homework
red
or
ones. The red ones. But yeah, right.
yeah, mine is beige with
When
black
they
and
came
gold.
to your house and knocked on your door with the encyclopedias.
But listen, we copied out of those books
Oh
for
yeah.
our reports. Yeah, we ain't put nothing in our own words. We
Right.
copied
You're right. Word for word. Word for
it.
word.
Yeah. So, like I came up with this concoction to drink with cayenne pepper and all kinds of stuff. So I asked Jen, this is what I made. Can I drink it all day long? And they said, well, yeah, but you better follow with some water because of A, B, C, D, and E. So I
Right.
think it's
Okay.
a good tool. As far as writing books, I don't know.
Yeah, I just
Um,
asked because as once people find out you're right, you're out somewhere and they was like, well, I'm working on this with AI, and I don't suggest that they don't use it. I say, well, go somewhere by yourself to the beach, your grandma's house down south, and just sit down and write. Just write. Then decide how you're gonna do that. I said, because trust me, whatever you wrote yourself and wrote from the heart, I said the greatest thing about writing from the heart is that this is a story you really can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I also learned about AI, even with its regular output, it's very um, what's the term? Structured,
Yes,
right? Um, it uses words that as humans we don't use
at
every
all.
day in our
And
life.
if you're from certain neighborhoods, you only know that word is. That ain't where you.
Exactly.
That's not
But
where you from.
if you're going to use it, If that's what you want to do, hey, AI ain't going nowhere.
Oh, not at all.
I remember with desktop publishing, when all the printers was like, oh my God, this is going to take away, this is going to lose jobs. And so here's the thing. If you're going to use it, here's my advice. Learn the elements of writing.
Yes.
Learn the elements of building a story.
Yes. And learn how to end the story.
I, mm, Rodney, you're going to get me in trouble.
No, you know. Okay,
A
tell me
lot of
what.
books. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. A lot of books have crossed my laptop that used AI.
Well, tell me what would you suggest to
That's all I'm saying.
a new
I just
writer? A
love it.
new writer. How would you
Oh,
suggest? You, I know how you meet people every day. I meet people every day. Hey, I want to write a book. What would you suggest to a new writer?
hmm. Sit down at your computer and get to writing. The first thing that pops up in your head, take it and roll with it.
Yes.
That's what I do.
But that's what I'm
Take
with you.
it and roll
I
with it.
tell people to write in a notepad in their phone. I say, you
Yeah,
always got this phone in your hand. Just think down, 1988. What happened? Go from there. I said, the story, make the story build itself. I said,
yeah,
I told the guy Saturday I met him. I said, write a page every day. And 30
yeah,
days, you got 30 pages. I said,
yeah.
don't go back, edit it. You don't want to know the front cover. Don't name the book. Don't do nothing. Write the
Don't
book.
even just
You don't have a book out till you write it.
well, see, I do it. I'm backwards. I
Mm-hmm.
do it backwards. Sometimes I can't sleep at night, so I'll come in my computer. And I haven't done it in a while, but because I haven't, no, I've generated about 200 plus book covers for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how, and I'll go through those book covers, and I generate the title. I come up with the title based on what that image is saying to me.
Uh-huh. So you write
So
from the book cover to the book.
yeah.
I like it.
Okay, but with this new book, What She Won't Do for Love, my favorite all-time song is Bobby Caldwell's What You Won't Do for Love. And the
I write some
opening,
songs, Jessica. All my books are songs. I got you. I got you.
the opening, I guess you wonder where
Where I've been. Come
I
on.
searched to find a love within.
I came back
I
to let you know
know, got a thing for you, and I
that I
can't.
can't let go.
And I use that
People
as
wonder
my
what. Go on.
inspiration. As that one little verse, that opening, as my inspiration. And I listen to Pandora all day, every day. You know, Switch,
Right. Come on.
Temptations,
I
old
call your name, girl.
know
Take
what
away the pain.
Tina Marie. I wrote it
Come
down.
on.
What is that name of that
Portuguese love. Deja vu.
song? Deja
If
Vu.
your life is full of sin, when you die, you come back again. I think
Yes,
I ain't coming back no more.
yes.
Been here before.
Been here before. That's what it is. I wrote it down and I'm like, oh my God, that would make a
Jessica,
really
can I tell you something crazy, Jessica? That's crazy you said that. We've known each other for all these years, but I write from songs too. And I got a listing in my phone,
mm-hmm.
books name for these songs. One of my last book out was a murder mystery. It's called, I couldn't use the whole, I used the whole thing, but upside. It's called Lost, Turned Out, and Upside Down. I just threw upside down. Come on. Olivia got
So,
distracted on the way to grandmother's house. Come on. It's called Lost, Turned Out, Upside Down.
yeah, lost and
You
turned out.
turn out. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
The first book, Jessica, what I do is taboo is Sade's Sweetest Taboo.
Mm-hmm.
You remember
Mm-hmm.
Sade had that pocket. Sweetest taboo. You giving me, you giving me. Come on, nobody could do that. She was like Frankie Beverly on the woman's side. You giving me.
Yes.
That grew right there still to this day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
And
just
I
that's funny you said
and I
that.
was listen while I'm writing this book. I'm hearing that song in the car. Got it on CD. Put it in. I'm playing that song. I'm like, okay, okay. And every time I'm on Pandora listening, working, I hear that song. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write this book. And I had to really think about what that opening meant and how I
Mhm.
could build on that. Um, and I came up with something, but baby, you know what? Mm, mm,
Just
mm.
go in the same place. And what I do is taboo. I have a story called Fainting. Jodeci, I can't leave you alone. I got a whole storyline about that. Got me going crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I'm constantly all day. I'm like, oh, oh, that's some that title. Oh, yeah, now that would make a good book. Now listen, people, you can't use song lyrics
Right,
because
that
song
can pull you in. Right. It,
but song lyrics are protected under copyright laws. You can't use
yeah.
song lyrics. I can't tell you how many times I've deleted song lyrics out of an author's book. You can't do
Including
you
mine. Including mine. You can say it, including mine. You
you
got me too. You can't do it, y'all. You went too far. You can do
cannot.
one line of it. You went too
You
far.
can use it if you get permission
Right.
from the publisher of that song of the copyright holder, but you can use the title and you can use the artist's name. And then I've got clients who, well, the character is singing the song. Okay, you can't have them singing the whole song. You're still using their work. That's
Yeah.
like somebody taking a whole chapter out of your book and putting it in theirs
Yes.
without
Yes.
your permission.
But that
And
is
so
great, Jessica. That is great. I got a whole list in my notepad in
I
my phone of songs, and then I'll hear something, and I'm gonna tell you what one of the songs I'm right now. Like I said, I'm doing. I'm a Nita Baker fan. I'm a Frankie Belly fan, and then I got some. What? I got a Luther one in there. I came here for you to love,
mm,
and a hurricane for you to love.
yeah.
People don't understand. Because Luther said, he said, I came here for you to love. That's one of I got that in my thing. That right there. And like, you listen,
Listen,
some of that stuff,
listen. You're lost for ideas. Sit down and listen to
listen to
and the
music.
old school. The old school. They don't write songs like that no more. Them baby making songs.
And when I got married, one of the songs was Jeffrey Osborne. We both deserve each other damn.
Mm,
Girl,
that's my
you
favorite.
how that thing go up in there, and you think of that like, oh, I mean, people have no idea. I mean, if they would just sit down, when people say I got writer's block, no,
Mm-mm,
look, I'm gonna say put your Walkman on, put your
mm-mm.
earphones on, put your
And then
earphones on and go.
if you got writer's block, put that to the side and start another one. Teddy Pendergrass.
Girl,
Baby said,
turn them
"Hey,
off, turn them off.
turn off the lights."
And then how he said, I'm gonna tell you what my best Teddy Pendergrass song was. He convinced you in 6 minutes to come on and go with me. He
Mhm.
at the club.
Come
Come on
on
over
and
to
go
my place.
to
You won't feel any. Look.
my place.
He said, I won't put you under any pressure.
Mm.
He convinced her to go home from the club in 6 minutes.
And she said, "Okay, you sure? I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
get
A
some
car right
light."
out front. We can leave right now. That's if you're ready to go.
Uh-huh. You ready to
Woo!
go? You ready to get busy?
You
Yeah,
won't be
I
able
mean,
to look, like Justin, you won't be under any kind of
any
pressure.
kind of
I
pressure.
understand you said no,
Mm-hmm.
but you come on and go, man, you can't tell me that ain't game. That's everything. It is
Yeah.
6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
6 minutes, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
You at the house. He got a
Yeah.
fireplace on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man.
So with me, with what I didn't want to use what you won't do for love because when you use what put you, then it's like you're writing in second person. right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to be what she won't do because the
Right.
main character grew up with her childhood friend. That's her person.
Mm-hmm.
They end up falling in love, making love. In 3 months, they're grown. And 3 months into the whole making love and building whatever, she says, "I love you." And he's like, "What?" She said, "I love you. Marry me. Let's get married." All right. They just finished having sex. He turns his back and puts his clothes on. And he's like, "I don't want this shit. Why you have to
Ah,
go fuck it up?" That's what he said. Why you have to go fuck it up? I don't want that. Well, he comes from a broken family
right, right, right.
in foster care. So he doesn't know
He don't do
how
family.
to he doesn't know about love and that because they treated him like crap.
Mm-hmm.
And so he put on his clothes and he said, I don't, he said, I just wanted to screw her. It's not what I wanted. I don't want love. I don't want that. And he left, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was gone for 2 years searching. I searched to find, right? A love within.
Mm. I came back to let you know. Oh, good. Oh, that Jessica. Look, Jessica,
He
we're gonna have to
comes,
do it.
wait a minute, he comes back 2 years later.
Jessica, we're gonna have to do
Right?
another part
Knocks
two of
on
this.
her door. Wait a minute, knocks on her door. She just she opens the door with moist eyes because she just finished with her current man.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She sees him. She's like, you know, the man comes out. Hey, babe, you all right out here? He come out, boxers, his junk showing, right? Well,
Mhm.
his
Right, right,
and
right.
the guy, the old boyfriend, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just, I'm sorry for coming." She said, "No, why are you here?" The new guy, "Babe, who's this? Who's this? Is that him? You need to leave. You need to get out of here." Just all that kind of stuff I put in there. And she said, "No." He said, "I just wanted to come back to tell you that I love you and I'm dying."
Oh, Jessica, why you did it to look? Jessica, I gotta have you on like at least I need to have you
People,
on at least 2 more times. Cause man, you can talk for 3 hours. Do me a
yeah.
favor, Jessica, do your social media again. Plug your social media again.
Okay, so Jessica Tillis, at I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Jessica Tillis, also Jessica Wright Tillis, WRIGHT Tillis, TILLES on Facebook, JessicaTillis.com, TWASolutions.com. Oh, I'm on Blue Sky. Just wherever social media, just put in Jessica Tillis.
And Jessica, I always say, I always ask my guests to leave something special for the fan, for your friends, your family. What would you like to say to everybody about Jessica Tillis that no one knows about? Or just a word of advice?
Oh, wow. Why you didn't prepare me for this before? Then I could have already had it. Okay. Oh, my aunt said to me, and it always stayed with me: love many, trust few, learn to paddle your own canoe.
That's why I didn't warn you of it, because I need it. It was it's original.
Mm-hmm.
Say it one more time.
Love many, trust few, learn to paddle your own canoe. And that
Thank you.
has been with me. She told me that in the sixth grade.
Thank you again. The wonderful Jessica Tillis. We will have this up later on tomorrow. And thank you, Jessica. Number love here.
Thank you. Love you too. Love
Love
you
you
too.
too. Thank you.
Okay.